Hello, hello. Calling Alpha 143. Shh, shh. Are you there?
Hello?
Shh.
Hello, Mars?
Calling Alpha 143. Are you there?
Hello?
Shh.
Hello?
Shh. I have something to ask about you. Shh. Shh.
Hello?
Shh. Yes, are you there? Shh.
Hello,
Shh.
Mars?
What is communication and culture?
Hello? Hello?
Shh.
Hello?
Shh.
Hi guys! We're going to ask people about the origin of communication, how it was made, and how it affects culture. And what if there is no existence of communication?
Why do communication and culture cannot be separated?
Communication and culture cannot be separated because, yes, because if two cultures meet, they don't understand each other because they have different way of communicating to each other. Thank you.
What do you think is the root of communication?
So communication route, by the time we speak to other person or by asking questions or just by talking to them, communication started at that point when we are able to connect to them.
What do you think is the root of communication?
Paano ako kay dili lang para kay maka gain ka og something knowledge sa laing tao kundi kanang maka kuha pa ka og mga laing information ba niya makaibaw ka kung sa iyang information niya makaibaw pod siya kung sa pa imong information, so exchange of information ba.
What do you think is the root of communication? Communication begins with the language, the distinctive ability which has made possible the evolution of human society. The history of communication is mankind's search for ways to improve upon shouting. Messages carved on stone pillars communicate very well across time, down through the centuries, but they are an inefficient method of communicating across space.
Why do communication has its own differences?
I think it is because we have different cultures. We have different belief and for me sad since for example we have different languages. So by that manggod gi murag gi-classified bitaw ta for us kay if ever dako kanang for example the Philippines gilain-laing taog country, it's because if dako na kayo ang population, there's a possibility nga gubot siya and di ta magkasinabtanay. Thank you.
Why do communication has its own differences?
Communication has its own differences because of kanang sa atong kwan ba languages o sa atong geography kay ang kaning communication duha jud nakabok ang main kanang elements goro mo na ang language niya ang perspective sa usa ka tawo, so nara na sila duha mag kanang combine or nara sila duha mag cycle para ma-create og communication itself. So the language could create a message and the kanang geography or the where the language came is something that kanang binds or that something creates the language or the message itself. So there's a connection between it.
Why do communication has its own differences? Why do communication has its own differences? For me, so we are been globalized. We have been different countries, different tribes, different beliefs and cultures. So why do communication has its own differences? Because kita magudiri is dili ba usa ra ka in line. We are being divided into many numbers. Like we are in our country, Philippines, in other country, Malaysia, Russia. So sa ato ang naka-different sa communication is we are using our wika ay Filipino. That is our national language diri sa ato ang Philippines. Ika nga sa kanang akda ni Jose Rizal sa ating kababata is ang wikang Tagalog is tulad din ng Latin. May sariling alpabeto at sariling titik na mismo tayo lang dito sa Pilipinas nakakaintindi, hindi sa ibang bansa. The difference of this Communication is it's just about the understanding of towards person to other persons.
Why do communication has its own differences? A communication difference is a variation of speech that is shared by a group of individuals within a particular region or culture. This should not be considered a disorder or speech or language. An accent or dialect, for example, is simply a difference, not a disorder.
Do communication depend on culture?
For me, yes, because in every culture they have their own languages to use to communicate with others.
Do communication depends on culture?
Yeah. Di maka-create og communication basta lahi-lahi mong language. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Do communication depend on culture?
Para nako ang communication kay magmatter gid siya sa culture kay so matakol man sad ang race. So magmatter ang race og ang inyong kuan kay if lain ang race, lahi ang language, di ba? If kamao ra siguro ka sa language, okay ra man siguro ang inyong race, di ba? Dili sila magkasinabtanay ra sila despite of lahi nga culture.
Culture is an umbrella term which encompasses the social behavior and norms found in human societies, as well as the knowledge, beliefs, arts, laws, customs, capabilities, and habits of the individuals in these groups. Do communication depend on culture? Yes, because as a human living in a group or a society, we have different cultures. Communication is a key to unity as a group.
Why do communication and culture cannot be separated?
So for me, culture and communication cannot be separated. Kaya tungod, dili mo masabtan ng isa ang culture sa isa ka place. Dili ay kung walay communication, anak pa sila nga. Without communication, dili ta magkasinabot, di ba?
Why do communication and culture cannot be separated? This means that communication and culture cannot be separated because culture not only determines who is talking whom, about what, and where the communication takes place, but the culture also helps determine the encode messages, the meaning and the message you had for the condition to send. Pay attention, interpret the message. Actually, the whole repertoire of behavior we are very dependent on. The culture we grow up in line with previously disclosed at the beginning of the discussion. Consequently, culture is a foundation of communication. If a culture diversity, it is also a variety of communication practices. Culture is a characteristic of group of people defined everything such as language, religion, lifestyle, and etc. The relationship between communication and culture is a very complex and intimate one. First, cultures are created through communication. That is, communication is the means of human interaction through which cultural characteristics, whether customs, rules. Therefore, the cultural is created, shaped, transmitted, and learned through communication. The reverse is also the case. That is, communication practices are largely created, shaped, and transmitted by culture.